Setting the laptop is an unpredictable move. Good afternoon. My name is Dan Scripps, Chair of the Michigan Public Service Commission, and I call this meeting of the Commission to order on July 27, 2021 at 1:00 p.m. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Chair Scripps,
Present.
Commissioner Phillips,
Present.
Commissioner Paratek.
Present.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Today's meeting is being held in person at the Commission's office at 7109 West Saginaw Highway in Lansing, Michigan. We are also hosting this meeting remotely using Microsoft Live Event, which is compatible with all browsers except Safari. Telephone relay service is available through the phone option. If you are participating via the live stream, you may also turn on the live captions by clicking on the closed caption or CC button in the lower right corner of the screen. As indicated in the notice for today's meeting, if we lose the remote connection, the Commission will not recess. The meeting will be recorded and available for future reference on the Commission's website. In addition, the Commissioners can receive comment via mpsc_commissioners@michigan.gov. For reference, this email is also included in the Q&A feature on the live stream event on your computer and in the meeting notice. We will have an opportunity for the public to make comment as provided for in the agenda. A few notes about this. Comments should be limited to one per person and can be made verbally in person or by calling in or in writing via the live stream Q&A feature. If you are participating via the Teams application, you can use the Q&A feature and type your comments in the box anytime during our meeting, and we will have those queued up to read. The Q&A function should be used to submit public comments directed to the Commission. If you would like to make verbal comments, you must do so in person or by calling into the meeting by phone. To minimize disruptions, attendees participating by phone will be muted until we reach the time for public comment. The first order of business today is approval of the agenda for today's meeting.
Thank you, Chair. I move for the approval of the agenda for today's Commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We'll now have a vote on the motion to approve today's agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The agenda is approved. The next item of business on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the July 2, 2021 Commission meeting.
I move for the approval of the minutes from the July 2nd, 2021 Commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the minutes from the July 2nd, 2021 Commission meeting. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The Commission meeting minutes of July 2, 2021 are approved. The next item of business on the agenda is the approval of orders and minute action on the consent agenda, and today the Commission is assisted by Staff Attorney Kelly Barber Dodge. I recognize Ms. Barber Dodge.
Good afternoon. Today's consent agenda consists of 3 communications matters, 3 electric matters, and 3 gas matters. The proposed orders and minute action for these matters have been thoroughly vetted by the Commission's technical and legal staff and are ready for your approval.
Thank you. I move for the approval of the orders and minute action on the consent agenda.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the orders and minute action on the consent agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The orders and minute action on the consent agenda are approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A1 is case number U17377, which involves implementation of the provisions of Public Act 95 of 2013. The order before you adopts the funding factor for the Low Income Energy Assistance Fund for 2021 through 2022.
Thank you. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-17377.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-17377 is approved. Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A2 is case number U17473, which involves an application by Consumers Energy Company for a financing order to securitize certain regulatory assets and other qualified costs. The order before you approves a true-up adjustment to consumers' securitization charges.
Thank you once again. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-17473.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-17473 is approved. Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A3 is case number U18238, which involves a matter on the Commission's own motion to consider whether to reopen and revise the Commission's rate case filing requirements for electric, natural gas, and steam utilities. The order before you invites interested persons to submit reply comments no later than 5 p.m. Eastern Time on August 11th, 2021.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-18238.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The order in case number U-18238 is approved. Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A4 is case number U20712, which involves a joint application filed by DTE Electric Company and DTE Gas Company seeking ex parte approval to implement proposed changes to their shutoff protection plans. The order before you approves the joint request.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20712.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
I do have a brief comment, Chair. Thank you. The order before us this afternoon approves the company's ex parte request to amend their shutoff protection program, or SPP, modifying the number of payments that a customer can fail to make before being removed from the SPP program from 2 to 1 failed payment. The SPP is an optional program designed to assist senior citizen and eligible low-income customers manage outstanding balances on their accounts. The program provides customers with year-round service shutoff protections if monthly payments are made and have been a key part of the company's strategy to manage customer arrears and shutoffs during the last 18 months. As data provided by the company in this docket reflects, allowing customers to fall behind on one agreed to payment does not significantly reduce that customer's likelihood of defaulting on subsequent payments. Furthermore, the Commission finds the requested changes to the program to be reasonable, prudent, and in the public interest, as it will allow the company and customer assistance organizations to better assist customers by, one, aligning the company's SPP default language with that of consumers' SPP program, thereby reducing confusion among customers and support organizations, and two, this change will allow customers to seek energy assistance before accumulating a level of arrears that limits or disqualifies customers from taking advantage of available energy assistance funds. Given the tens of millions in energy and utility assistance dollars currently available to vulnerable and in-need customers throughout the state, the requested amendment will help to ensure that such customers can maximize their access to these state and federal resources. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there any further discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20712 is approved. Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A5 is case numbers U20713 et al., which are a consolidated proceeding involving a motion filed by DTE Electric Company requesting an extension of time to file revised tariff sheets. The order before you grants the motion.
I move for approval of the order in case numbers U-20713 et al.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case numbers U-20713 et al. Is approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A6 is case number U20808, which involves an application filed by Upper Michigan Energy Resources Corporation for approval to implement a power supply cost recovery plan for the 12 months ending December 31st, 2021. The order before you approves a second settlement agreement resolving all issues in the case.
Thank you once again. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20808.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20808 is approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A7 is case number U21042, which involves an application by DTE Electric Company seeking ex parte approval of its tariff for experimental demand response type 1. The order before you approves the application.
I move for approval of the order in case number U-21042.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21042 is approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4A8 is case number U21087, which involves an application filed by DTE Electric Company for approval of a prepay program and waiver of the consumer standards and billing practices for electric and gas service. The order before you conditionally grants the application and request for waiver.
Thank you. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21087.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
Again, just want to make brief comments. The ex parte order before us this afternoon denies the company's request for approval of the company's proposed prepay program and requested waiver to the customer standards and billing practices for electric and gas service. The Commission does find merit in offering a program that provides customers with greater flexibility in making utility bill payments and a different interface for engaging with younger and more digitally connected customers. The Commission, however, agrees with the comments provided by ELPC in the docket that the company's application does not contain sufficient information on the benefits of the program for participating customers when balanced against the protections that participants would forfeit if the requested waivers were approved. This order should not be interpreted as an outright denial or objection of the Commission of this program concept, and the Commission encourages the company and other utilities to continue to pursue innovative approaches to improving customer education and their experience in making utility bill payments. However, given questions and concerns raised by the Commission and by the ELPC in the docket, the Commission must deny this ex parte request. But if the company intends to pursue the program, we encourage the company, to put forth a future application with fuller details outlining the benefits of the program and submit such an application for Commission review, either in an upcoming rate case or in a standalone contested proceeding. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there further discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21087 is approved. Back to you, Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4B1 is case number U20894, which involves an application filed by DTE Michigan Lateral Company for a Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity under Public Act 9 of 1929 and for related contract approval. Staff member David Cheslett will describe this order.
On February 10th, 2021, DTE Michigan Lateral Company filed an ex parte application pursuant to Act 9 of 1929 for commission approval to convert existing pipeline in its wet header system from gas gathering to dry gas transmission service, and to construct, operate, and maintain connector pipelines from the existing system to interconnect into existing DTE gas transmission facilities, serving DTE gas in Traverse City, Alpena, Rogers City, and Manistee. DMLC also sought commission approval of the contract to provide transmission service and to recover the costs of the project that DMLC has executed with its customer, DTE Gas Company. As part of the agreement between DTE Gas and DMLC, DTE Gas will operate the transmission system on behalf of DMLC pursuant to a separate operating agreement. This project will provide additional pipeline connections and supply sources to DTE Gas. As part of DTE Gas's overall transmission system review, including initial feedback from state agencies, it identified areas with single source supply and sufficient market impact from potential outages. As part of that review, DTE Gas identified Traverse City, Alpena, Rogers City, and Manistee as areas with single source risk. This project will alleviate much of that risk in combination with other projects DTE Gas has instituted. In addition to DMLC and Commission staff, the Department of Attorney General, North Bay Energy LLC, and Riverside Energy Michigan LLC were admitted as intervening parties to the case. The order before you approves DMLC's request to authorize to construct, operate, and maintain connector pipelines from the existing system to interconnect into existing DTE gas transmission facilities. Furthermore, the order also stipulates that once Lambda Energy Resources LLC alternative natural gas gathering system set forth in case number U-21091 is approved and completed, DMLC is authorized to convert its existing wet header pipeline from gas gathering to dry gas transmission service. Additionally, pursuant to MCL 483.110, the pricing provisions and rate schedules within the converted asset transportation agreement between DMLC and DTE Gas are approved as set forth in this order. However, the order requires DMLC to file a recalculated rate minus contingency costs within 30 days, due in part to the fact that DMLC was an affiliate of DTE Gas at the conception of the agreement. If after the issuance of this order, the agreement is altered, amended at any time with regard to price, paid, rates, charges, or conditions of service, the altered amended agreement shall be filed with the Commission for review and approval in accordance with MCL 483.110. Thank you for your time in this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Chesla. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20894.
I second the motion.
Before we vote on this matter, I want to take a few moments to thank the staff involved. There are a number of issues involved in this proposal, and review of the application included staff from our Regulated Energy Division on the financial elements, individuals from Mr. Chesla's group in gas operations on the project siting and engineering, other staff across the Commission, as well as our Commission advisors and attorneys from the Regulatory Affairs Division. Like so many of our orders, this was truly a team effort and involved a number of complex issues and an aggressive timeline, in part to avoid interfering with the mating season of the red-shouldered hawk, a raptor that is listed as threatened in Michigan and has territory near the route of this project. I also want to thank the parties involved in this case for their efforts in moving through the process in an expeditious fashion, and to Judge Robbins for running a smooth case schedule, as always. Approval of this project will add redundancy to gas supply in northern Lower Michigan and builds on one of the core recommendations from the 2019 statewide energy assessment to increase the reliability of the natural gas system, mitigate the risk of outages, and improve operational flexibility. This project achieves all of those important objectives, and by converting existing facilities, limits the need for new construction and reduces the cost impact to Michigan customers. At the same time, the language in the order conditioning the conversion on the completion of a replacement natural gas gathering system will ensure seamless coordination of the projects and guarantee the continued, uninterrupted operation of the wet header system that serves both gas producers and shippers who have operated in the region for decades, as well as those northern Michigan residents and families who rely on locally produced propane for heating and other purposes. We expect that diligent and good faith efforts will be made by all involved to effectuate these projects in a timely manner. Moving forward with this important project will serve to enhance the resilience of the gas system in northern Michigan, and coordinating this project with the development of alternatives to the current system will ensure that other important elements of the broad northern Michigan energy system are protected. This is a good result all around, and again, I thank the parties involved for their engagement. Is there any further discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20894 is approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4B2 is case number U-20994, which involves an ex parte application filed by DTE Michigan Gathering Company, requesting approval of new delivery point charges reflected in the August 30th, 2017 Antrim System Delivery Point Agreement. The order before you approves the application.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-20994.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-20994 is approved. I recognize Ms. Barbara Dodge.
Item 4B3 is case number U-21102, which involves an application filed by DTE Gas Company requesting ex parte approval of a one-time regulatory asset to defer transmission expenses related to the Traverse City Alpena Reinforcement Project. The order before you approves the application.
I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21102.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21102 is approved. We have now reached the time reserved for members of the public to address the Commission. As mentioned in the notice for today's meeting, we will take public comments in the following order. First, individuals attending in person. Next, written comments from individuals using the Microsoft Teams live stream Q&A. Then verbal comments from individuals submitting names in the Q&A feature and who have called into the meeting. And finally, from individuals participating only through the phone option. If anyone attending in person desires to address the Commission, please come to the microphone. We've doubled our attendance from the last meeting, but nobody here wants to speak. We will now turn to public comments through the remote options. Again, if you would like to make a comment and have access to the Teams live stream Q&A feature on your computer, please enter your name and your comment, which will then be read aloud to the commissioners. This feature is available on the right-hand side of the control bar next to the mute button. As a reminder, the Q&A feature is intended for public comments directed to the Commission and not to engage with other participants or respond to their comments. After taking any comments through this feature, we will open up the phone line to those who called into the meeting and would like to address the Commission verbally. If you want to be queued up for verbal comments, please enter your name in the live stream Q&A feature and indicate that you wish to make a verbal comment. But please do not include your written comment, as this will avoid duplication. I will first call on these names in the order received. After hearing from those individuals listed in the Q&A, we will ask if there are any comments from individuals who are on the phone line but not utilizing the online Q&A feature. Please note that you can only make verbal comments by calling into the meeting. When it is your turn to speak, press *6 on your phone to unmute. As a reminder, this public comment period is for commissioners to listen to comments and concerns and not to answer specific questions. When providing comment, please indicate your name and where you live if you are willing to share, so we have that for our records. And please limit comments to one per person and keep them brief, no longer than 3 minutes, so that we have a chance to hear from all who would like to comment. And with that, Ms. Cole, I believe that you are again ably assisting us this afternoon with public comment. Has anybody typed comments into the Q&A feature that you'd like to read aloud at this time?
Yes, Chair Scripps, we have a comment submitted from Mr. Brent Bonington of Grayling, Michigan. Mr. Bonington says concerns. Great Lakes Energy, GLE, has failed to run electric lines according to regulation. GLE has put electric lines on private property without notice. GLE has destroyed timber on private property. GLE has sprayed chemicals that affected timber on private property. These chemicals are known to affect the liver of ground animals that are harvested and eaten by humans during the hunting season. GLE has never received permission to run electrical lines, remove timber, destroy foliage, and apply chemicals. GLE states that if the property owner wants to build any temporary or permanent structure, the cost of correctly moving the electric line is the responsibility of the private property owner. Signed, Brent Bonington, Grayling, Michigan, and he has provided his contact information.
Thank you, Ms. Cole, and thank you, Mr. Bonington, for that. We will have somebody from our Customer Assistance Division follow up on that so that you can make a complaint directly, and that we'll have that to follow up on. You can also, and this is for Mr. Bonington and any others listening in, make complaints or inquiries through our Customer Assistance Division, either through our website, which is michigan.gov/MPSC under the Consumer Information tab, or by calling our toll-free hotline, which is 800-292-9555. That number again, 800-292-9555, and that will put you in touch with our Customer Assistance Division, who can help with issues like these. But we will have somebody follow up and appreciate the concern and the comments that you provided. Do we have any other comments, Ms. Cole, in the typed Q&A feature?
No, we do not at this time, Chair Scripps, and there is also no one queued up to speak verbally at this time either.
You knew exactly where I was going. Is there anybody on the phone that has not been able to use the Q&A feature in order to be queued up who would like to address the commission verbally? And again, *6 to unmute if you're dialed in. I'll ask again, if there's anybody who would like to speak at this point through public comment, you can unmute yourself by pressing *6, and we'd like to hear from you. Okay, with that, we will close the public comment period for today's meeting. I do have one announcement before we adjourn, and that is, at our last meeting, I touched on the significant outages that we had been seeing across the state and the frustration of those who have lost power. Unfortunately, as a number of folks across the state know, we've gotten little reprieve in this regard, with every week seemingly bring another round of severe storms and another set of significant outages. I know the thoughts of this commission are with all those who have lost power, and particularly the residents of Port Austin who have seen 2 tornadoes touch down in the space of just a couple of weeks, which is, as far as I know in my 40-whatever years living in Michigan, is really unheard of. And also folks, you know, in the UP and the western UP in Gogebic County, who a number of folks up there without power this morning as a result of a strong storm cell. So really all parts of the state being impacted at this point. This has been a front of mind issue for the commission for a number of years. We have in past cases authorized a surge in tree trimming expenses in order to improve vegetation management practices and reduce the number of outages caused by interference from trees. We've required our 3 largest utilities, DTE, Consumers, and Indiana Michigan, to file distribution plans, and for Consumers and DTE in their past rate cases to include in those plans metrics around distribution performance that are attached to both financial incentives and disincentives for either meeting or not the different metrics proposed. And those plans were filed just in the last couple of weeks by both DTE and Consumers. And we're also in the process of updating our service quality rules around outage credits and making them potentially automatic as opposed to having to be applied for, and increasing the amount. So a number of efforts, all really focused on distribution reliability and improving the performance. But I know that these things do take time, and I know that there are folks frustrated. And so, again, as I did earlier with Mr. Bonington, encourage folks who are trying to get more information, or indeed, if you have a complaint, to reach out to our Customer Assistance Division. Again, you can do that through the Consumer Information tab on our website, michigan.gov/MPSC, or by calling our toll-free number 800-292-9555, 800-292-9555. We are certainly here to work for the people of Michigan and to try and get your concerns addressed, even as we continue to look for ways through rate cases, distribution plans, and others to try and improve the distribution performance, reduce the number of outages, the frequency of outages, and indeed the number of individual customers experiencing multiple outages. So a lot of focus on this. Certainly the events of the last several weeks have brought it front of mind as if it ever left. But I understand the frustration that's out there, and again, here to help if you've got specific concerns or complaints. Any other announcements this afternoon?
No, just to build off of your comments, particularly want to thank and recognize once again the contractors and utility linemen who have been helping to restore service throughout Michigan over the last several weeks. I think we've recently heard that there have been some linemen who have been continuously working for the last 4 weeks. So certainly we understand that communities and that customers are frustrated, but we do implore and ask you to not take out those frustrations on those frontline workers who are in the field and helping to restore service. And if you do have complaints, we certainly have folks who are available and on call at any time to answer those questions or point you in the right direction. So once again, thanks to those folks who are on the front lines, and hope they continue to stay well as all services restored here over the next several days.
Yeah, thank you for including that. Any additional announcements?
No, well said by both of you.
Okay. Well, the next regular commission meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, August 11th, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn, Commissioner Phillips?
I move to adjourn today's commission meeting.
I second the motion.
We will now have a vote on the motion to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Be well.